This is an original 1953 St. Joseph's Daily Missal, which I got off of eBay for $6. It's quite old, so I can't take it with me for every Mass I go, but it's nice to have around at home since this is actually my first Missal now. It only has 4 ribbons, so I wish I had more. You could obviously see some wear and tear of their cut, so I can't have it at the bottom. But that's alright. So looking into the Missal, I'll show you some things I like about it, some things I don't like. Obviously, I'm fine with the 62 Missal and everything, and all, the current Missal and everything. But it's just nice to have around, especially since my parish uses the pre-55 Holy Week. It's very nice pictures in it, which I'll get to, but you can see it was sort of torn, so it obviously explains why I managed to contact the seller and get it for such a cheap price. This does have an imprimatur, and it has a nice preface, introduction to the Mass, and also introduction to the vestments, which it explains it pretty well. And especially what I find funny is the author's take on the chasuble, which it says that during a bad artistic period, the 18th and 19th centuries, especially the chasuble, suffered much process of shortening and stiffening. So I guess they don't like the Roman chasuble as many TLMs have it today. Explains the liturgical colors, the classification of feasts, which was different back in the day. This is very interesting, which I did not know till I got this older Missal, about the octaves. They have a lot more octaves back before the 62 Missal. For example, they have an octave of the Assumption, an octave of various people and various things, an octave in the Immaculate Conception. Obviously, that's not very much common anymore, especially in the 62 Missal. It has the liturgical year, table of movable feasts, although since this is an original, it stops at 1955, so can't really see that for nowadays. But this is one of the several pictures in here which I do love about this Missal. Even has some in black and white, which I do like a lot. One of the things that I do not like about the Missal, which I guess it does give it bigger text, is that you can see that the propers are only in English. So the Offertory Secret, Communion, the Introit, you're able to see that it's only in English. What is in Latin and English is the Ordinary. So you see I have my first ribbon set to basically the Sunday. And then I have my next one set to the canon of the Mass. You can see it has on the left Latin, on the right the English. It even has what I do like, the what's read, what the priest does. So when he does the crosses, or when he kisses the altar. It even has little infographics of what's happening if you are giving this to someone who's new. So I very much like it. A problem with the ribbons is that I don't think there's enough. There will never be enough. You can always have as many ribbons as you want. But I have a little card which came with the Missal to the Leonine prayers. Here's the after is the the saints. You can see the for example, like I said, the octave. They have an octave day of St. Peter's and Paul. They even have many octaves. Octave within the Assumption. Many octaves. Here was not too long ago, the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which actually, since it came in 1950, as the proclaimed, was very new. So this is very new to this Missal and explains how it came up with putting these prayers in, because it was used by the Holy Father. These are still the same prayers used in current TLMs today. And then the black I did have set for Requiem Masses, but I ended up using it more for the different votive Masses of Bishop Not Confessor or stuff like that. Then I had this card, which also came with the Missal, for the Masses for the Dead. Again, would have loved Latin, especially with the Dies Irae, Dies Ilia sequence, but that's okay. I'll take it off of this pillow. And then at the very end of the Missal are various prayers and litanies. Well, here's the Missal. Do I recommend it? For the price, I do. For daily Missal, probably not. I probably need to get another one that's a little bit more expensive and sturdy. Viva Cristo Rey.